Hey, what's up you guys? It's your girl Jameka and I'm back with another YouTube video. Please make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel down below and hit that notification bell button down below as well so you can stay updated with all the newest videos that I upload. And go ahead and share this video all across your social media platforms and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked and enjoyed it so you can let me know that you liked it. And to support me and my channel so I can keep giving y'all these bangers, please donate to my Cash App or my PayPal. Both of the links will be down below in the description box. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, now y'all, I know that everybody and their mama has had something to say about this season of Season 8's Basketball Wives LA. But I guess before the final reunion gets here, let me just say my 2 cents, y'all, and then I'm done with it. And it's gonna be that, okay? Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so to get it started, who exactly is OG? Well, her name is actually OGs and she is of African descent. Yes, I mean Africa, like the motherland, and she's super proud, as she should be. And basically, she's been on the past 2 seasons of Basketball Wives LA. She first got her start in the series last year in Season 7, and now, of course, this year in Season 8. And to me, Season 8 has been really epic, and views really picked up once OG really got to shine this season. A lot of people like the fact that she was very transparent, honest, didn't stand for the crap that usually goes on and the hypocrisy, and she just wasn't here for the bullying, and a lot of us just love that about her. She's a model, fashion designer, makeup artist, and event planner, but her main primary professional job was being a football player. Yes, she was a football player for the FFL, which stands for Fantasy Football League, but she is no longer playing the game anymore. As of 2019, she has retired, but now she will be coaching it. She's best known for being very aggressive on the field, as well as always victory dancing, as well as twerking on her opponent's head on the field. Now, OG was brought to the show to kind of spicing things up as kind of the wild card. However, it seems to be that the ladies just don't like her, and they say that she's too aggressive for their circle. And for those of you who are curious, no, she is not a basketball wife yet. However, she is a long-term basketball boo of boyfriend Kwame, who is a professional basketball player overseas, who is now trying to come to the States and play in the NBA. So she's not a basketball wife, she's a basketball boo, which is more than I can say for a lot of the ladies on the show. Because let's keep it 100, a buck. Let's just keep it honest and for real, okay? Some of them ladies haven't had a basketball anything in years. And if they have not seemed to be able to keep it. There's the tea for you. Now, I think that why she was this season's fan favorite is because she stood up for what was right. She was very honest and transparent. And I think it was about time, you know, instead of all the fakeness, the lies, the foolery. Because nothing would really be revealed until the reunion. But OG was like, oh no, I heard this. Let's have a conversation about it now. And just, I think people were so upset with her, impressed with her, because they weren't as honest or as bold as her, and they just didn't know how to handle it. I think before OG came along, the ladies was just used to, you know, picking on who they want to pick on and just laughing about it and kind of ganging up on somebody. And it's like basically that person either kisses their butt and accepts it until they're officially a part of the group, or they can, you know, bounce and dip and no longer be on the show. But OG was not tolerating that, and it didn't sit well with the ladies. Now, I personally think that if she was to call out people that weren't a Shani or a Evelyn, then they wouldn't consider it as big of a deal as they are now. But since she isn't afraid to call them out, as she did several times on the show, that's when it became an issue and a problem for the ladies. And that's when they feel like, oh, she's a problem, she gotta go, we don't like her, you know, we're just not feeling her vibe. And one of the things that the ladies kept on repeatedly saying is that they felt that she was too aggressive. Now, I do agree that some of the things that OG said with her words, such as I'll kill her, you know, I'll break your jaw, things like that, it just should never ever be said in an argument or not. But if we're talking about being aggressive with actions, let's look at Evelyn. Okay, she's been known to throw glass bottles, okay, drinks of alcohol in people's face, throwing bowls and hands in restaurants, throwing pieces of papers at people in the broad daylight, just all angry and aggressive, jumping over tables. And that was cool, boo, in your late 20s and early 30s, but you're now in your mid 40s still doing it. I mean, I'm just saying, behavior like that is just uncalled for and disgusting. Now, let's also not forget how recently Evelyn tried to run up on CC on the show, even though she swears up and down that she only wanted to talk to her. I'm sorry, but when is the last time you just want to talk to somebody when you running up from behind with some bushes and leaves and stuff, looking like you want to throw them hands? But then OG, being a good friend, is like, back up off my friend. And she didn't push her or hit her, she just removed her. But then Evelyn, her karma kicked in and she fell in the bushes, as she should.
Want to go back to my cabana. Don't do it, Evelyn. Leave her alone. And here comes Evelyn, chasing me with some sort of a stick or something.
Now, one more time, but in slow-mo. Now, y'all, the ladies, including Evelyn especially, have always talked badly about OG. They've made fun of her, especially about her looks, talking about her wigs, how they were sliding back and how the wigs would beat her to the house before she would get there. Talked about her boobs being saggy and long, how she shouldn't wear this or that. Even had the nerve to call her Toji the whole season because they said that in one of her pictures on Instagram, her toe was hanging over the edge of her shoe. Now, even through all of the jokes and the bullying and the scrutiny, OG stood tall and she actually stood her ground. She even quickly let them know that she is not the one to sit around and let that be tolerated on her behalf. And she even in the process gave them a dose of their own medicine by throwing jabs back at them. And child, they could not take that. For prime example, when OG called out Evelyn saying, "You're not black, but use the N-word." And honey, Evelyn was shook. Like, basically, like, what you trying to say? And a couple of years back, she tried to defend herself and the reasoning of why she thinks it's okay for her to use that word. She said, growing up in NY, that's how we spoke to each other. It wasn't negative. Me personally, I don't think that anybody of any race, including African Americans, should be using that word. I mean, we fought for so long to get away from slavery, which included that word. So I would think that you wouldn't want to use it. Anyway, whatever her reasoning is for her being able to say the N-word, that's her business. However, what I don't like or agree with and don't think we should let her pass with is by her saying, "Oh, nobody watches you harder than the people that can't stand you," and then put a monkey face, which at this point was insinuating that she was talking about OG, because at this time, a couple of weeks ago, OG and Evelyn have been beefing and we've all been watching it on TV unfolding. Now, I don't care what kind of narrative that Evelyn tries to flip it and reverse it and tries to reason with that's why she said this or that. I don't care. You just never refer to a black African American person as a monkey. There's just no real excuse for it at all, period. So in several recent interviews, people asked her, does she think it's okay that she uses the N-word? Does she think she's black? You know, is she racist because of the monkey meme that she put on her Instagram story? And basically what she had to say is, I'm offended by that. I'm not racist at all. You know, I've dated black men. My daughter's half black. I have black friends. And oh yes, get this. Now she wants to claim to be AfroLatina. And it's cool if you really are AfroLatina, but keep that same energy year round. And what I mean by that is, a couple of years ago, a fan asked her, you know, does she have any black in her? And she said no. And that's cool, whatever. Because technically, AfroLatina does not actually mean that you have black in you. It just means that if you trace the roots back, that their bloodline goes back to African descent. Look it up. But however, she did not break that down or say anything about AfroLatina. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you were really AfroLatina, I would have thought all the years that you've been on television, we would have at least heard it once. I'm just saying. But you only say this now that it's convenient for you when you're facing backlash for what you've done and said. But get this, y'all, after everything that Evelyn has done, not only to OG, but to all the other cast members in the past, now Evelyn Lozada is suing OG for defamation of character, saying that OG is spreading lies, saying, you know, insinuating that she is racist, and now she's experiencing hatred and backlash because of it, and now she's even losing money and brand deals because certain people do not want to work with her because of this anymore. My whole thing is this: how is this defamation of character when you are on camera several different times with several different people basically showing and proving that this is your actual character? This is not a false rumor or lie. Oh, what, you're mad because OG defended herself and called you the obvious, which was a racist bigot, and then told everybody to pretty much come for you, which you were well deserving of? I mean, but in the past, you have been known for your racial slurs. I mean, you called Jackie a cockroach, you called CC Ling Ling, and you now call pretty much OG a monkey. So when does it stop? It's like now you want to be upset and offended now that this is compromising your bags, you know, your brand deals and your money. But even more than this, what I really don't like is the fakeness, is because, okay, in that clip that I showed you guys earlier when Evelyn accidentally fell in the bushes, at first she was saying, you know, I'm not scared of you, OG, I'm a grown woman. Then it went to I tripped and accidentally fell, you know, just to save face. And now she's saying, oh, she fears for her life around OG, so she no longer wants OG on the show anymore. And on top of that, apparently it's rumored that Evelyn Lozada now has a restraining order against OG as well. And of course, Shawnee, being one of the co-executive producers of the show, who's also best friends with Evelyn, is backing Evelyn up. So for the quote-unquote safety of the cast, the producers of the show are now telling OG that they don't want her to join the rest of the cast on the stage. Instead, they rather her film her answer and responses, you know, in a separate room. Same building, but just, you know, at a distance in a separate room. And of course, OG is not here for that, because that's not fair. Because if someone who has been physically violent, such as Evelyn, can join the cast for the reunion, why can't OG when she hasn't even been violent? She might have said it verbally, but physically she's done nothing.
All right, y'all, so you know we're over here, my glam squad, we are getting ready for reunion, and it looks like they're trying to play your girl again. The beautiful thing is, God is great, and no one, and I mean no one, will have the final say but God. So they can keep trying to sprinkle me in if you want to. It's not gonna work.
So that was a short little video that OG did prior to filming for the reunion show. She was basically letting all her fans know that, you know, the castmates were trying to pretty much jeopardize and sabotage her from being able to, you know, join them on the stage for the reunion. So we'll have to wait and see when the actual reunion airs to see what happened, if they allowed her to actually join them, or if she had to film in another area, or if she just, you know, decided not to do it because they were being unfair. We won't know until the show actually airs. Okay, y'all, and as we speak, there is actually a rumor that OG and another castmate by the name of Phoebe have been fired from the show, and that the producers have not renewed their contracts for next season. Basically, they're saying that Phoebe did not want to be a part of the show anymore because of all the drama. And however, as far as OG is concerned, well, like I said before, Shawnee O'Neal is a co-executive producer of the show, and she's also best friends with Evelyn Lozada. So she's backing her up, and of course this would make sense if they did decide to actually fire OG, because, you know, Evelyn no longer wants her there, and several of the other castmates, including Shawnee as well. But my whole thing is, that's so unfair, because how are you gonna basically fire someone who brought the show back to life? Let's be honest, because the show went away previously because views went down, but now all of a sudden, when OG got on the show and pretty much got more shine to, you know, basically show her personality, she became a fan favorite for everything she stood for, and the views went back up through the roof. And that's why pretty much this show got renewed for another season. So I think it would be incredibly stupid and dumb and just absolutely the wrong move to not bring OG back, because she's the one that pretty much revived the whole show. I just feel like if the ladies are talking about they're so scared for their lives and their safety, and that's the reason they want OG not to be on the show, then I think it would be only fair to also fire Evelyn, because she's way worse. Because yes, OG may say some things that you shouldn't say, whether you're in an argument or not, like I'll murder you, I'll kill you, I'll break your jaw. However, she won't touch you unless you actually touch her first. However, we've seen time and time again, Evelyn in the past actually has no problem with initiating violence. Several times we've seen this. So if OG has to go, then I say it's only fair that Evelyn Lozada also leaves as well. I don't care. Let's argue. Anyways, y'all, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and comments down below. Get this conversation started, okay? And until next time, thank you for your support and for watching. I love you guys. Peace.